You are putting in the hours, sowing the seeds, doing the right thing, and yet all you hear is silence. No recognition, no visible progress, no sign that anything is working. It feels like your effort is disappearing, like you are planting seeds in frozen soil. And if you're honest, it's exhausting, because you expected at least something, a sign, a small result, a confirmation that what you're doing matters. But instead, there is nothing. And in that silence, a question begins to grow. Is this even worth it? But what if the silence you are experiencing is not a sign of failure, but a test of your faith? The Bible says in Galatians 6:9, "Let us not grow weary in doing good, for in due season we will reap if we do not give up." Notice something powerful in that verse. It doesn't say you might reap. It says you will reap. But there is a condition: if you do not give up. Because the real battle is not in the work you are doing. It is in the waiting that follows. Anyone can work when results are visible. Anyone can stay motivated when things are moving. But it takes faith to remain consistent when nothing seems to be happening. Think about a farmer. When a farmer plants a seed, he does not expect fruit the next day. He plants it, covers it, and then waits. But during that waiting period, something is happening underground. Growth that cannot be seen, roots that are forming, life that is developing in silence. And if the farmer judged the seed only by what he could see on the surface, he would dig it up too early and destroy what was meant to grow. That's exactly what happens to many people. They start something good. They stay consistent. They do the right thing. But because they don't see immediate results, they stop. Not because it wasn't working, but because they couldn't see it working. And maybe that's where you are right now. You've been showing up, you've been trying, you've been doing what's right. But it feels like nothing is changing. But what if God is growing something in your life that is not yet visible? What if your roots are being strengthened before your results appear? Because anything that grows too fast without strong roots cannot last. And God is not interested in temporary success. He is building something in you that will last. So He allows seasons where you must keep going without seeing. Because that is where your faith becomes real. Not when everything is clear, but when everything is uncertain and you still choose to continue. You see, consistency in silence is one of the highest forms of faith. Because you are not being driven by results, you are being driven by belief. Belief that what you are doing matters. Belief that your effort is not wasted. Belief that something is happening, even when you cannot see it. And that kind of faith is powerful. So don't let silence discourage you. Don't let the lack of recognition make you quit. Because just because people don't see your effort does not mean God doesn't. Every seed you plant, every effort you make, every step you take is being seen. And at the right time, in the right season, it will produce something. Not because it happened suddenly, but because it was developing quietly. So keep going, even when it's hard, even when it's slow, even when it feels like nothing is happening. Because your harvest is not determined by how you feel. It is determined by your consistency. And if you refuse to give up, if you keep planting, if you keep showing up, then one day you will see the result. And when you do, you will understand something powerful. The silence was never emptiness. It was preparation. So stay faithful, stay consistent, stay grounded, because what you are doing right now is not being ignored. It is being prepared for a harvest you cannot yet see, and it is coming. And even when you understand this, even when you know the truth, there are still moments when you feel tired. Not because you don't believe, but because you've been carrying consistency for too long without reward. And this is where many people misunderstand something important. Consistency is not just about doing the same thing every day. It is about becoming the kind of person who remains steady, regardless of what they see. Because your environment will change. Your emotions will rise and fall. Your motivation will come and go. But your identity must remain anchored. You are not consistent because things are working. You are consistent because you have decided who you are. A person who does not quit. A person who trusts God's timing. A person who continues, even when it's uncomfortable. And that kind of discipline does not come easily. It is built in hidden seasons, in mornings when you feel like stopping, but you choose to continue. In moments when doubt whispers louder than faith, but you choose to believe. Because faith is not always loud. Sometimes it is quiet. It looks like showing up again without excitement, without applause, without confirmation, just obedience. And that is where transformation happens. Not in the visible moments, but in the invisible ones. Because what you are doing repeatedly is shaping who you are becoming. And who you are becoming is more important than what you are achieving. God is not only interested in your results, He is forming your character, your patience, your endurance, your trust. Because the blessing you are waiting for requires a version of you that is ready to carry it. And sometimes the delay you are frustrated with is actually protection. Because if it came too early, you might mishandle it. So God allows time. Time for growth, time for maturity, time for alignment. And while it feels slow to you, it is precise to Him. Nothing is late. Nothing is wasted. Nothing is ignored. Even the effort you think doesn't matter is building something, piece by piece, moment by moment, day by day. You may not see progress, but progress is not always visible. Sometimes progress is becoming stronger mentally, becoming more disciplined, becoming more patient, becoming more grounded. And those are the things that sustain the harvest when it finally comes. Because success without stability does not last. And God is not preparing you for something temporary. He is preparing you for something that will remain. So don't measure your growth only by what you see around you. Measure it by what is changing within you. Because the real proof that something is happening is not always external. It is internal. The way you think, the way you respond, the way you keep going even when it's difficult. That is growth. And that growth is leading somewhere. Even now, even in this moment, even in this quiet season. So don't lose your rhythm. Don't break your consistency just because you feel unseen. Because what feels unseen is not unseen to God. He sees your discipline. He sees your effort. He sees your persistence. And nothing you are doing is in vain. So stay where you are planted. Keep watering. Keep showing up. Keep trusting. Because the season will change. And when it does, what you've been building in silence will begin to speak. And when it speaks, it will be undeniable. So don't stop now. You are closer than you think. If this message spoke to you, subscribe for more biblical encouragement and share this with someone who needs strength to keep going.